Well, I'm gonna get this tractor hooked up to the hay cutter disc spine and finish off this stuff today. It's about 5 p.m. It's supposed to rain for a few hours tomorrow, so we're waiting so it doesn't get a bunch of sun, dry out a bit, then get rained on. This is his strategy. I would have just waited, but hey, when the boss says to do something, you do it, because guess what? He can't yell at you if it's his dumbass fault. Write that down. Now, if it's your idea and it rains and wrecks it, then you're the dumbass. He blames you, so. I really like this field. I really like this field because it's nice and straight. You can really get going and do these nice shots real quick. Here's a dumb question. Where the hell do you put the disc spine at? It's like, yeah, let's hide it somewhere. Why would you put it all the way over there? Doesn't even make any sense. Yeah, we got all this baled, all this sold already. Rained all around us and we escaped them all. So we really did a good job last week. We unloaded a little more hay in the barn. It's been really good. Now this stuff's going to get some rain on it. This alfalfa is going to grow through. Looks like a simulation. It's so perfect. Everything's a simulation, brother. Elon Musk said so. You didn't hear that? Instead of you guys watching, why don't you jack this up for me? Need some help below. It's our disc spine. This thing does a really good job. I have no idea why he parked it all the way over here. It's kind of dumb. He's a stupid guy. Stupid guy. Very stupid. Yeah, Dad and neighbor Dave are working on the 4020. Had a pulley go on it. Damn thing only lasted, pulley on it only lasted 60 years. What kind of ripoff is that? Damn John Deere. Don't know how to build things. I always spit on this hitch to make sure it fits in there properly. She's a tight fit, I tell you. But 12% of the time, I hit it every time. That's how I get all the big girls, my backing up skills. So on almost every farm piece of equipment, there's a few components to it. There's the jack. So usually you do it in order. You put the pin in first, then you unjack it, because some people get a little too stony baloney on the reefer and they forget that and they rip it off. Not me though, I'm a good boy. I don't do those things. I basically just pray all day, that's what I do. PTO. Oof. I have a broken hand, so it's kind of hard to do all this. A lot of these newer machines, you can turn the whole PTO so it fits right. Man, my hand is jacked up. It's like a month later and I still can't do anything with it. And there's 3 hoses, there's multiple hoses on this. These first 2 right here are for the tilting. And if you have 3 remotes, you can have it on your tractor. These are just 2. So we leave these off because it's already tilted how we want. So then we put just there's 1 that lifts it, and then 2 that bring it left to right. This one goes in here, the other 2 go in there. Sorry about that. I guess I had it on mute. I was just sitting there talking to nobody. Yeah, so we're, if you guys could like and subscribe if you're watching this, really appreciate you. It's just me and my dad. We're in South Lyon, Michigan area. I try posting every day about our daily struggle, just trying to keep the family name and farm going. I post the good and the bad, and I try just showing the overall. I don't just try showing the good stuff. It's a really big struggle, but if you guys want to watch our the storyline of our family success and failures, I'd really appreciate you guys subscribing. I try posting every day. Appreciate all the likes and everything, guys. How's everybody doing? Where's people watching from today? Hopefully everybody's holiday weekend went good. I basically worked most of it, which is all right. This is where they hold exorcisms at. That's where all the local farmers bring cattle and do exorcisms. Farmers are secretly a bunch of weirdos. That's what that cross is for. So this is the first step of producing hay. You know, this is worth a lot of money in here. And if you do it at the wrong time and it gets rained on, it won't be worth anything. So it's a really risky business. You have to really look at the weather. And you got to take advantage of every window you have. Because this stuff regrows. So if you wait another month to cut this, you're missing out on multiple ways, because you're not getting this hay off and making money from it. And also it's not regrowing for second cutting. So you really got to push whenever you get an opportunity. It's real easy for some smaller farmers just to wait till the perfect opportunity. But when you have as many acres of hay as we do, you really got to push sometimes. You really can't lollygag and, you know, take your time and wait for the perfect situation. Sometimes you just got to risk it. This is pretty cool. I'll cut this hayfield in half right now. It's kind of cool watching. So what I do is I kind of just pick a random spot, and then I aim at a tree all the way over there. Just aim in the front of my tractor. I'll aim this little tip right here at one of those trees up there. So what I'm doing is, so I don't have to go all the way around, I'm going to go right through the middle and then work my way out. And then once this gets wide enough, then I'll work my way this way. JW, appreciate that, brother. Thank you, sir. If you guys go to my channel and subscribe and let me know, and give me let me know in the comments, I'll give you a shout out. I appreciate everyone watching. Me and my dad bought this cutter 2 years ago, brand new. It's really the only new thing that we own, and man, this thing's a life changer. It's amazing when you buy a really nice piece of equipment, how much it changes your life. You know, a lot of these farmers out here on YouTube, their whole family has just millions and millions of dollars of equipment. And I think it really makes them used to just everything perfect. You know, they're riding around in freaking sandals, and they have auto steer and all that. I've been raised on nothing but crappy stuff, so when I get something nice like this, it's really a game changer for me. It really makes it more exciting. This thing has really changed our lives. Look how beautiful it cuts. Before this, I used a piece of equipment from 1980 to cut hay. And it was a lot slower and it had a lot of breakdowns. It had rivets that held the knives together. And you needed special tools. So you'd hit one little rock and you'd be down for an hour at least. It was such a pain in the ass. This goes way better. This has been worth all the money. So see, now I open up the middle. So now I'm going to start from the middle and I'm going to work my way out. That's how I do disking and everything. If you go around the outside and just go your way like this, you drive too much without the implement being cutting or using. So like this, you're always using it. I could swing this thing all the way to the right side or my left side if I wanted to. I just don't like it over there. I feel like I can't turn around like that while I'm controlling the tractor as well. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get nice straight lines, the longest possible, so when I'm baling, I can go in a nice straight line and I'm not doing a bunch of turns and stuff. With a baler, it's not very mobile. So like I said, this is the first step of like 3 steps before you start actually making money. First you cut it down, then you let it dry, you move it around a few times. You know, if you just let it sit like this, the top side would be dry and the bottom side would be green for a longer period of time. So what we do is we go around and we fluff it and turn it around and it dries equally and it takes time away from drying. The length of drying it takes away. So this might be ready to go in like 2 days. We'll come back and start baling. We rake it together in small rows, thin rows, and the baler goes through and sucks it up. If anybody has any questions about cutting hay or anything, go ahead and shoot. I appreciate everybody watching. If you guys could all go subscribe to my channel, please. Thank you very much. My name is Damon George. My dad's name is Butch George, and I'm a 4th generation farmer. After my grandpa passed away about 9 years ago, we sold a bunch of stuff, and then my dad kind of almost stopped farming. I went off and did other things. We basically restarted farming together full-time about 3 years ago, and we've increased our size 3 times the amount of land. So this has really been an interesting experience, restarting everything. We sold the original farm and bought a horse farm and converted it into a crop farm. So we have a 160-foot indoor arena that we turn into where we store all our tractors, and we try putting thousands of bales in. And then we have like 12 horse stalls that we don't even use. We're basically restarting from scratch. We had a few tractors left over from my grandpa, and when luckily we randomly ran into the guy that owned the last few of the tractors, and we bought them back. And that's what got me going on YouTube. I found one of my grandpa's old John Deeres in a tree line, and I posted the videos of it getting going, and I got 1 million views on it, and that started me getting paid from YouTube. And we really started to see that I could make some extra money posted on YouTube and TikTok every day. So that's really where my hobby came from, and I really started enjoying doing it. And now the whole family helps me out with it. They'll wait for me to be around to record cool things and stuff. So it's a team effort for a lot of this stuff, but hopefully you guys enjoy the build and the experience. I try to show everybody what's going on, not just all the glamorous crap. What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing? Where's people watching from today? What's up, Ron? Give me some comments on people that went and subscribed, and I'll give you guys a shout out. Appreciate you guys. So this tractor is a 4255 John Deere, and this thing cutting is called a disc spine. It's a Massey Ferguson Heston 1376. It's pretty much top of the line. It could be bigger, but the brand, it's about as nice as you can get. Man, this thing's a game changer. When you cut hay, you want it to be real nice and consistent, so it grows back consistently. You don't want a bunch of missed stuff. That's why I like cutting hay. I like doing a good job. If you're looking for a side business, please email me. I have no time to email you for a side business, sorry. I got 20 things going on. I do not need no more work, I promise you that. I'm hoping to get a lot of sponsorships in the future. It'd be really nice just to put a name in the video and get some free money. I'd really appreciate that. If anybody knows any hookups, anybody that wants to do any sponsors, I get millions of views every month, so let me know. I think I have like 55 million views on YouTube or something. It's pretty great. What do I use to turn the hay over? Vinny's asking me. I use a tedder, which makes the hay spread out and fluffed up, and that naturally flips it over a bit. And then I use a regular rake, an Anderson Pro 1100 rake, and that brings it all into a windrow. Appreciate that, Jacob. Thank you very much, Jake. Hope you're doing good today, Jake. My hand's getting a little better. I can move it now. Jambalaya, yes sir. Jake actually took me to a LSU game, and I ate jambalaya there. Appreciate it, Jambalaya, for subscribing. Thank you. I'm guessing you're from Louisiana. There's jambalaya. I figured from the name. Most of my family lives in Louisiana. It's just me and my dad here now, and my uncle. I have a sister that lives by New Roads Bridge over there across the Mississippi. My mom lives in Jackson, and then my other sister lives by St. Francisville, if you guys know the area. Jambalaya. Yeah, I like Louisiana. It's a nice place. I need to get me one of them Cajun girls. Lake Charles, I've been there. Hell yeah. I appreciate all the likes. If you guys could go subscribe to my channel, please let me know and I'll give you a shout out. Thank you very much. I don't know if anybody's looking for some new boots out there, but Brunt Boots just sent me a free pair, so I try to give them shout outs, and I just wore them for the first time yesterday. Holy crap, you know what they remind me of? Is those old Airwalker shoes. They're so damn comfortable, I can't believe it. Most comfortable boots I've ever tried on. I need to switch to an LSU fan. Hell no. Hell no. Go blue, baby. Michigan. Michigan will whoop that ass this year. Why would I switch to the team that got their quarterback stolen and went to my team? Bryce Underwood, baby. I think Michigan might be a powerhouse for the next 5 years. We've been doing really good, and we're actually spending money now. I think we really could have a good chance of being a dominant force, especially against the Suckeyes. Ron says I'm doing a good job of the hay. Well, I appreciate it, brother. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's one of my favorite jobs. I really like jobs like this. You know, I drive down this road all the time, so I try doing a really good job, and then, you know, for the next month or two, you drive by and it's just nicely cut, no miss spots. Go blue, baby. Appreciate you, Dwayne. Yeah, this is actually Farming Simulator 2 2025. This is just the POV version. What a beautiful day. I Can't wait till my hand's a little better. I can go out and golf again. Hopefully it'll be in the next month or so. I was really golfing quite a lot and I hurt my hand. Here's a tip for you guys: when you date a big girl and you're sleeping in a bed with her, make sure not to have a hand exposed. She rolled over on it, broke it in 35 spots, I tell you. Damn Francine always gets me. This is probably about 10 acres left. I'm just guessing, maybe 15. It's pretty damn thick though. We'll probably get, I don't know, 600-700 bales off it, I bet. Maybe more than that. Yeah, the name of the boots are Brunt, B-R-U-N-T. And yeah, they have all different types. Check them out. I can't believe how comfortable they are. They use all American leather too. Are you sure it was not a cow? Hey man, that girl had udders like a cow, I'll tell you that. She was definitely a heifer. Yeah, Francine, if you're watching, hit me up, girl. I miss you. I'm sorry I got mad at you about my hand, baby girl. Come back to me. If you guys could, I'll go give me subscribe to my channel, please. Really helps me out grow this channel. Thank you guys very much. I try going live every time I'm in a tractor doing something cool. I'll go live again when I do when I bale this stuff. And I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna make a long form video if you guys are interested. And I'll show the whole process of baling hay. Miami, Florida, never heard of it. Where's the Miami, Florida at? China? The Cova boots are nice as well. Nice, I've never tried those. Appreciate all the likes, guys. Thank you. That's why I cut through the middle, though. I like that. It's nice, easy turns. You're not turning too sharp. And then once it's too far this way, then you just go to the outside. This guy had his hunting blind here last year. I hope he didn't leave nothing. That's what I like about these tractors, these John Deeres. If you're going too fast, you just go like that. If you're going too slow. Hey Dallas, appreciate you subscribing, brother. Thank you very much. Michigan sucks for real. Alright, cool. Oh, nice. I've never heard of Miami. That's cool. Hell yeah. Sounds like a fun place. I love driving this thing though. You can go real. If this was a more smooth of a field and it was bigger, I'd be going probably 10 miles an hour right now. 4 miles an hour quicker than this. This thing, you can really cut a lot of hay with this thing. I just like being easy on stuff. There's a few groundhog holes in here. I don't know about it. If any of you hit a groundhog hole in a tractor like this, you'll about break your neck, so. Yeah, I'm a farmer. So do I not know my geographical history? No, I don't. No. Never heard of Miami, Florida. Never. Never. I didn't realize not knowing Florida would be geological history. What the fuck? This is some nice, thick, beautiful stuff. This is alfalfa, about 25% alfalfa, orchard grass, and timothy mix. Really nice stuff. Really grew in good. Do I mow twice to perfect the job? No, just one time. Just one time. Isn't that hydro mowing? No, it's PTO mowing. PTO power. Do I chop up any snakes? Yeah, all the time. Snakes, dead snakes, one of the worst smelling things. You'll be unloading hay and you'll just smell it reeking. You'll find dead snakes in hay all the time, but it's just, around Michigan, it's just gardener snakes, luckily. I don't know how the guys do it in the south with all them rattlesnakes. No thank you on that. Hydro mowing is when the blades have hydro pressure behind them, and then when they hit something hard, they just stop. They stop spinning. This is PTO power. See that shaft spinning over there? PTO. The tractor's powering it with a spinning gearbox in the back. It's hydraulic raise. See, this is how you raise it and lower it, hydraulics. But it's not driven hydraulically. Power takeoff. PTO. Yeah, there's AC in here. It feels great in here right now. This next winter, I'm going to make sure all the tractor's air conditioning works good. It's a game changer. Last year, I couldn't talk for 2 days. I got so dusty one day. It looked like I was wearing blackface. Freaking lost my voice for 2 days. I had so much dust in my freaking nose. This is some beautiful hay, though. If everybody could, go subscribe to my channel, please. It really helps me out. Thank you very much. Appreciate 50 likes, guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you. See how pretty this thing cuts, though? I love this thing. Favorite branded tractor? Well, I have a John Deere tattoo on my back, so I would have to go with John Deere. We own 7 John Deeres and 2 other types of equipment. Now we own 3 different types of tractors. We have a Case 1370, a Case IH 5230, and a Versatile 700 that was made in Canada. The rest of our tractors are John Deeres. Mostly from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. This tractor is from 1989. This is one of our newest tractors, actually. What kind of disc mower? It's called a Discbine. It's a Massey Ferguson Heston 1376. One of the best you can buy. I have no complaints other than it flips over on its side every once in a while. 5230. I don't know if it's a Maxim. It's only like 85 horse, 4-wheel drive bucket tractor. I don't know much about Case IH. We bought it from our relatives off a poop farm, dairy farm in Iowa. Where's everybody watching from today? Yeah, I'm in Michigan. This is the outskirts of South Lyon, Michigan, about 20 miles from Ann Arbor. Go Blue, baby. I just drove past the big house today, actually. I had to go drive to get parts from John Deere. One of our John Deere dealerships is 5 minutes from my house, but they're not real big, and the other one's about an hour, so I always drive out to the bigger one. Cadillac, Michigan. Hell yeah, brother. Appreciate you coming back and watching. If you guys could, I'll go to my channel, subscribe, please. Really helps me out. Thank you very much. Let me know if you do, and I'll give you a shout out. So the older style mowers, if you got a thin strip like that left, you couldn't even cut it because it get plugged up from the stuff you already cut. With this thing, you just mow through it. It'll cut through everything. It doesn't matter. That's why if you look at somebody with an older hay bind, you'll see streaks just left in the field because they can't get to it because it'll plug it all up. This thing will cut anything. Yeah, there's some of the biggest whitetail deer in the world around here. I've seen some monsters. This is some thick stuff right here. We fertilized this last year. It didn't seem like it did it really good last year. There wasn't much rain. This year it really took off. What's neat about a lot of these fields is my family's been farming them for many years. So I remember riding on the tractor with Dad and Grandpa doing this stuff. So it's kind of cool. While you're doing this, you're just sitting there thinking about the history of everything. You can grow a lot of weed in that field. That's not for this field. Hello. Do you sell the hay or do you feed it? We sell all this hay. Each one of these square bales will be worth about $6 to $8 depending on who we sell it to and how much. So if there's 1,000 more bales out here, it's a pretty good paycheck. We've gotten a lot of hay off this field and these fields around here in the last week. It's really nice because you're waiting for your grain checks, you know, in October to come in, and then you get a bunch of big hay checks. It really helps. And then next week we're going to cut wheat, and we're going to get a bunch of straw bales off that too, so that's going to help get a couple semi-loads of wheat. Every check helps. We just got done with harvest season. We probably went through, I can't even imagine, 5,000 gallons of diesel. Yeah, paralyzed life. We make if we run out of time and it's going to rain on the thing and ruin it, we'll bring the round baler and just knock it out real quick because round baling's quicker. We made about 600 round bales last year and we sold them all. We kept them underneath a nice tarp. And we slowly sold them off to a hay farm, horse farm. Tractors are really expensive, yeah, no crap. You wouldn't believe how much just tires are for tractors. This tractor has Grizzly tires on it. I think each one's like $2,000. The only way you can make money in farming, how we do it, is we have tractors that have been paid off for 40 years. And then you just keep them going with random breakdowns. Like my grandpa's 4020 John Deere that we use for hay all year. Has the original motor and transmission from 1967. That tractor's probably made more money than any other machine in freaking Michigan, I tell you. Appreciate all the likes, guys. You guys could all go subscribe to my channel, please. Really helps me out, grow my channel. Thank you guys for watching. See how I just cut through the stuff that was already cut? Like this right here, you'd have to leave this with a shitty cutter. I can just cut right through this and won't plug anything up. Really nice. Really nice. I think my dad does it on purpose. He gets me used to junky stuff. And then when he gives me something half-assed nice, it's like a freaking spaceship. I love it. Sioux City, Iowa. That's the first place I drove a hot shot trucking for a guy for one day, and that's where I drove something to. I drove a crashed vehicle out to Sioux, Iowa. It took me like freaking 12 hours or something, man. It was so far. I had to drive a 40-foot gooseneck through freaking Chicago. That sucked. I'll tell you what, I've driven semi-trucks, all kinds of shit. One of the hardest things I've ever driven is a 40-foot freaking trailer on the back of a pickup truck, man. That's crazy. It takes so long to turn with that thing. Yeah, we just bought 2 cows the other day. We're going to go pick them up soon. We just grow animals to eat. I like eating steaks every day. My family grew a lot of cattle in the past, and one of our friends, Dennis Fatiste, took over the herd from my grandpa like 10 years, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. And those are actually the cattle that we still raise from my grandpa's lineage, which is kind of cool, Black Angus. I missed the spot. Too much talking. Yeah, it kind of sucked that I had that broken hand. It's kind of hard to drive tractors with your right hand broken because everything's set up for you to use on the right side. It took a good week for me to be able to even shift with my hand. The name of your game with this is not too much wasted motion though. You gotta try to plan the field out where you're always cutting, where you're not driving back and forth without the thing cutting. It takes no practice, but it's kind of easy. This stuff is beautifully thick though. There's gonna be so much hay bales right in here. Ohio farmers are the best. What the hell is Ohio? I've never even heard of Ohio. What is that, communist China? Damn suck eyes. I appreciate all you guys watching. There's the balers, there's 2 of them. And then we have 8 of those trailers that we fill up. You just bring to the customer's house and they unload. I'll have to try remembering covering the balers up. It's supposed to rain tonight. That hay is beautiful. So pretty, almost as pretty as Francine. Like I said, Francine, if you're watching, please call me baby. I'm sorry I called you fat. I love you, baby. I'll buy you all the McDonald's you want and take you to the buffet next weekend. Yeah, it's weird. I barely have to look forward anymore. I'm so used to the spacing with this tractor and this setup. I can almost tell how straight the front tires are just by how that's cutting back there. It's kind of weird how you get used to everything. No auto steer on this farm. This auto steer is run off 5-hour energy, I tell you. 5-hour energy and big girls. Will it take long to save? What does that mean? Save what? What you smoking, Willis? How many acres is this? We got about 40 acres right here. Oh, man, my hand's jacked up. Ooh. My finger just touched like that. Oh, man. Oh, man. So much pain. Dude, you don't know how much turkey's in this sucker. There's so many turkeys in Michigan, it's insane now. We'll be in a field like this and there'll be 200 turkeys walking around. If you guys could all go to my channel, subscribe please. It really helps my channel grow and helps our family with some passive income to grow this operation. Appreciate you guys. If anybody has any questions about farming, I'll try answering. I'm not the smartest fellow in the world, but probably smarter than somebody from Ohio, so let me know. How'd I break my hand? I date big girls. This one girl's named Francine, and I left my hand laying next to her, and she rolled over on it and broke it in 512 places. I don't mind though, I still love her. Yeah, I just bought me a new John Deere. The last one was pretty messed up. Had about 2 years of wear and tear on her. There's a new one. We fancy, yo. Hopefully the big girls still like me when I wear this nice clean hat. I gotta get it all dirty so people know I farm. Thomas, no, my dad doesn't like farming at night really. Acres, there's about 40 acres in here. Yeah, Francine, you dirty bitch. Be more careful. I do love her though. I just like, you know, I took Francine to the zoo the other day and I started getting tired and she just gave me a piggyback ride. That's the kind of girls I like. I bet she carried me around for 2 hours. It was really nice. How long is the hay down before baling? It'll be about 3 days till we bale this. It's supposed to rain a little bit tomorrow, but it'll be so green it won't matter. Depends on the weather. Some days, sometimes 2 days. This stuff's kind of thick. Am I afraid a robot's going to take my job? Well, I'll be the one controlling the robot, sitting there drinking cervezas at my house, so hell no. We use most equipment, most of our equipment's used, made in 1970, so we're real far from having robots, brother. Big girls are like mopeds. They're fun to ride. You just don't want your friends to see. Hell yeah. I like showing my buddies my big girls. One of my good buddies threw open his mouth a little bit the other day. He met Francine. That's how I became a Marine. Once you date 6 fat girls, you're automatically 0311 Marine. A guy pops out of the woods, goes, 0311, you made it, brother. Congratulations. Yeah, we have hundreds of acres of soybeans. How did I break my hand? I was dating a big girl and she rolled over on it when I was sleeping. Broke it in 5,112 places. If everybody could go to my channel, subscribe please, really help my channel grow. Thank you guys. Appreciate everyone watching. Yeah, I was on TikTok live the other day doing this. I had like 300 people watching, it was going great. And I made a joke about my toenails looking like Frito-Lay's chips. And they said it was sexual, and they kicked me off for 10 days. Alex, thank you for subbing, brother. Appreciate you. Yeah, like Thomas said, hit that like button. Help me out. Appreciate you guys. 63 people liked it. Thank you. Appreciate you guys a lot. See, this thing you can just recut that little strip over the stuff that you already cut. If you did that with a 1980 hay bind, you'd be underneath that thing unplugging it for 2 hours straight. You'd be on a monkey wrench trying to just turn that thing a little bit backward just so you can pull some stuff out. Such a pain in the ass. Yeah, it's very relaxing. I enjoy doing this. Thanks, Alex. Appreciate you. Yeah, I was saying, if you guys keep giving me all these likes, I'm going to have to show my Frito-Lay's toenails off. And they suspended me for 10 days for sexual content, for fetish. TikTok's a weird place. I got kicked off TikTok one time for my buddy starting a chainsaw. Yeah, that is true. I do use Francine for counterweights when I go to the local county fairgrounds for tractor pulls. That's one thing, if Francine doesn't hit me up and I'm single for the fairs this year, I'm going to save a lot of money on corn dogs, I'll tell you that. That chick can put some corn dogs down. Dirt roads, you're not right, brother. Come on now. 2 corn dogs for lunch? Jesus Christ, son. You're gonna be pooping everywhere, I tell you. Pooping and farting. What's up, gaming fan? If everybody could go subscribe to my channel, it helps me out a lot. Thank you very much. Am I joking? Hell yeah, I'm joking. That's all I do is joke by it. Money cannot buy happiness. Appreciate that, brother. Thank you. Yeah, this thing's way better, bro. 3-point mower? What the hell is that? That's crap. Yeah, this is Curry Road right here. Corey Hampton, yes. Curry between 7 and 8 mile. Yeah, AC. Feels good, brother. If this sucker didn't have AC, it had the windows open, I'll tell you that. What year is this John Deere? It's a 4255 series John Deere. It's from 1989. My grandpa bought it brand new. Yeah, I've never used a 3-point mower. I'm just kidding. I have no idea. No idea. I've never used a self-propelled mower, and I've never used a 3-point mower. I've used PTO powered only. Yeah, this is an amazing tractor. This tractor's made us a ton of money. Yeah, same as me, man. If it works, I'll use it. I'll drive and use anything. Shit. We did 30 acres of hay the other day with a rake from like 1965. That's all we had that wasn't broke. I don't care. I'll use anything. Do I think older tractors are better? It depends what conditions the older tractor in. This is about the perfect era because it's like modern, has modern amenities, but also it's old. I like the 4430 too. One of my favorite tractors is the 4020, so that's from 1967. Yeah, you get parts for them too. I called John Deere. I called John Deere and found parts for our 1967 4020 today. It took us 2 hours to get them. So that's definitely the bonus of being a John Deere guy. There's a lot of parts still available. I'm sure if you're using something that's already, you know, for instance, I go to the Case dealership and they screw up everything Case. I don't know what their deal is. They gave me the wrong freaking oil filters the other day. What was the coolant on the 4020 leaking from? We thought it was a head gasket at first. It turns out it was the upper hose leaking down on the motor and dripping off the side. Easy fix. Oh, neighbor Dave figured that one out. I never really even looked at it. Yeah, well, that's a 1967, so what's that, 33 plus 25, 58 years old. Yeah, when my grandpa bought the 4020 John Deere, he bought it cash off a traveling salesman that came around. Back in the day, tractor salesmen used to come and let you operate the equipment and compare the stuff. So they came by and they pulled a 5-bottom plow with the 4020, and that got my grandpa hooked on John Deere. Our 6000 is literally close to where it still works. Yeah. If you can keep old equipment going, you're really getting farther ahead. Because I mean, there's people around here that will have $300,000 worth of equipment to do the same job we do with $20,000 worth of equipment. I planted hundreds of acres of soybeans this year with a 750 grain drill my grandpa bought the same day he bought this. And then we have a round baler that made 700 bales for us last year. And my grandpa bought that round baler the same day he bought this. 1989, so I mean, you can't compare. If you, all you do is you throw a string in the damn thing and make $20,000 worth of freaking round bales. Yeah, we sell all of our hay. We either sell it right away or we put it in the barn for the next like 2 days. If we have any hay, we'll slowly put it in our barn. Then hopefully by the end of the year we'll have 10,000 bales in there, and then we can sell them all winter and make some money instead of just losing money all winter. This stuff's pretty thick, a lot thicker than last year. It'll be nice to get this cut. It's supposed to rain a bunch the next few weeks. This stuff should be sprouted right up, getting ready to start growing again. Then another month or so, you cut her. 2 months, you cut her again. We usually sell second cutting for a little more money. I appreciate 75 likes, guys. You guys are awesome. guys could all go subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out. Appreciate you guys. It's truly amazing. If you'd have asked me 2 years ago about it, I had, well, like 47,000 followers. I never would have guessed. Look how pretty these rows are. So fresh and so clean. Where's everybody watching from today? Leaks so much, everything you put in oil. Is that engine oil or hydraulic oil? Because that's not bad at all, man. This tractor will go through 5 gallons in a day easy with hydraulic. This thing leaks like crazy. I got off center and missed a spot, so I turned around. I'm trying not to miss any big sections. I gotta drive by here all the time, and my friends will mock me, call me a loser, and I don't like it. I'm very sensitive. $60 every round bale. We've been making a shit ton of money. We have zero. Only thing that we're gonna have expense wise out here is fuel. That ain't shit. We don't have much overhead on anything. We just make a lot more money on square bales, so we usually only make square bales. My freaking hand is throbbing. I tried weed whipping the farm. It takes about 6 hours, and I got about an hour and a half in. I'm like, can't do it, won't do it. Yeah, if I did 50 acres, which is all this of square bales, I'd make 4 times or 5 times more money than if we did round bales around here. But a lot of places don't have a market for small square bales. Around here, we have a million people looking for small square bales, so there's no point in making a bunch of round bales. Watching from Australia, appreciate you, brother. We only make our round bales 4x5. If everybody could go to my channel, subscribe, please. Really helps me out. Thank you very much. How much money do I make if you subscribe? I don't make it per subscription, but if you have a shit ton of subscribers, they put your stuff out there more. So if my live gets 150 new subscribers, they're going to put it out there more. It shows them that people want to watch. How many hours on the tractor? 6849. We just breaking her in buys. If you had any big issues with this deer, 2 years ago it started overheating, and what we figured out was the water pump and the turbo went out at the exact same time as they're lubed up by oil, so one went out and threw out the other one. So we fixed that. I think we need to break this thing in half and fix a main seal on it. It leaks like crazy. Another part with John Deere's are the remotes leak a lot. But my dad will always tell people he's not a good mechanic because he's always only ever been in John Deere. They really stay together well. It's always, little stuff, but this tractor's freaking 36 years old almost, so. Our 1974 4430 isn't still in good condition. It just takes a lot of, it just takes little things. What's crazy to think about is this tractor is probably worth about as much as it was new as it is now. So farming equipment's pretty crazy. We bought our 4430 2 years ago, and I bet it's worth as much right now, and we used it all that time, made all that money with it, and I bet it's worth just as much money now. So you could use it, sell it, upgrade. I'd rather just keep every tractor I own though. I hope I don't ever have to sell tractors. I could see upgrading combines and stuff, but I wouldn't mind if a tractor just breaks, put it in the backyard in the wood line until you get time to fix it. Especially if it's my grandpa's stuff, I'm going to try keeping it around. We had about 10 real old antique tractors, and I was off in Iraq in the Marine Corps, and we had a barn fire from a combine catching on fire, and it burned all the older stuff. We lost a lot of tractors, but all the other tractors that he had we still own. We went out and found them in different places. Last year, or no, 2 years ago, we found a 80-acre property right down the road from my house. I was driving around talking to the guy about the new land. And he goes, "Hey, I got some tractors. You want to look at them and buy?" I go, "Sure." Kind of find out they were my grandpa's tractors that he bought after my grandpa died. And they sat in a wood line for 6-8 years. And we went through the works to get them back going and running. And that's what got me going on YouTube. If everybody could go subscribe to my channel, it really helps me out. Thank you very much. We getting it, boys. We getting it. This is first cutting it. This is like our fourth field we've got to. We freaking planted crops for 2 solid months straight. And it takes a long time to get warm enough in Michigan to start baling. Yeah, the window for cutting hay in Michigan is pretty small. You gotta really take advantage of every opportunity you got. How big are my fields? I own like 49 fields, so I have no idea. It all depends. We have 5-acre fields, we have 100-acre fields. This whole area is about 40 acres in here. How many tractors do I have? I have 8 tractors right now. I have a John Deere 4255, John Deere 4430, John Deere 4020, John Deere 5075E, which is right there. What else? 8640, I don't know if I said that. We got a Versatile 700, a Case 1370, Case IH 5230. I think that's it. I can't remember. I wouldn't mind having a few more. Yeah, this is our second, probably our third newest tractor. I appreciate everyone watching. If you guys could, go subscribe. Thank you. What do you guys think of my new hat? We fancy, yo. Mama, we finally made it. Appreciate the likes, guys. 83 likes. Thank you very much. What do we do to our hay? What do you guys do to your hay? What do we do with our hay? We sell it to horse farms in the area, or people that have just hobby farms. We're around a lot of rich people. In one area around here is farming, then a mile down the road it's country or city as hell. So it's actually better to be a farmer in an area where there's city slickers, because you can sell them shit. They're dumb. If you're in an area with just farming, it's real hard to make an income on stuff. It's all farmers. But we have, there's so many ways to make hay, money off city slickers. Yeah, come buy some. Where are you from? You gonna come all the way from Iowa, drive 14 hours to buy some hay? Come on, let's do it. Why don't you just buy some hay from Iowa? They don't have hay in Iowa? Depends how much you want, brother. Are you gonna bring help to load it? You gonna bring a semi worth? What are you gonna do? All information I need to know. All farm, me and my dad only. My brother comes once in a while. He's stuck in Louisiana right now. And mostly me and my dad and my neighbor Dave. My little brother helps a lot when he can be around. He's stuck in Louisiana for a few months. So big brother got to take over and take care of everything. If everybody could like and subscribe, really help me out. Thank you guys. Almost got this sucker knocked out. Like Rick Ross, the boss. Yeah, if I wanted to, this is how my dad does it. He moves it from left to right all the time. He'll go down to the end and then do this. Move it the other way. I find that I don't cut it as good over there. We almost got this lick, boys and girls. Ever drive a 720? No. No 720. We got a lick, boys. A very satisfying job to have, I'll tell you that. Now I just need the big girls to be impressed by it and I'll be all set. Does my neck hurt after a day's work? No. Hell no. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to look one way 5 times and the other way 1 time. Straighten you out. There it is, boys. There it is, boys. So pretty. So fresh and so clean. Don't you wish your boyfriend could cut hay like me? Let's look at how the roads look. That's the only reason Francine loves me, I think. Easy as that. That's money in the bank. Now I gotta cover up some balers. Well, yeah, guys, appreciate you guys all watching. If you guys see Francine on the street, let me know. Tell her I love her and I miss her. Tell her I got a Little Caesars hot and ready for her at the house whenever she's ready. Alright guys, appreciate you. Have a good day.